Good Wednesday. Um, got a lot of work done yesterday. I'm finding that, as I'm going through the whole process, that at certain points, um, it becomes too difficult, or my brain just runs out of glycogen or whatever, and then it's kind of like I'm exhausted. It's almost like doing a rep and then finding that failure, and then taking a break, and then do the next rep or the next exercise. It's that spurt that I'm finding varies from what I'm doing to how much energy I have for it. And that's for each point of the process. Like when I'm doing the PSDs, HTML, doing the HTML is good, but then at a certain point, I basically have to switch gears in my head, and then doing the CSS. But by that time, I've kind of spent a lot of energy on the HTML, and I don't necessarily have enough energy to go to the CSS. Now, that's either A, because I'm still learning the HTML and building those that myelination and whatever just takes that energy out, and then I kind of need to recover, um, or I'm still kind of learning and making those connections. So when I switch over, it's like a whole different thing. Um, but yeah, I mean, so I realize, I'm kind of keeping track of where the breaks kind of happen, where it's just like, ugh, I don't have the energy for it, or where that rep stop happens, basically, and just taking note of it. So what I did was I kind of figured out where that stopping point was, and I kind of just did something else. Um, and it might be the other thing where my mind's kind of projecting too far ahead, and then I run out of energy that way, because it sees all the connections and it just blows up, rather than just focusing on the point that I need and then the next point. But either way, I think it's important that I know that. I think it's important that I learn that about myself. And if I look back far enough, I can see that in different ways too, where doing one task and then batching it kind of works. So I'm not sure how I want to progress that. I need to still do the shit I need to do. So maybe I'll have like a staggering effect where I do one particular task one day and then the continuation of that task the next day. Um, I might split up that by project slash assignments, or just barrel through the whole thing and just push it. Haven't decided yet. At the end of the day, I still need to finish it, so I think it'll be a combination of both, where I'm barreling through and staggering it for different things. So I'm kind of juggling one or two projects at once. Um, but yeah, I mean that's this week. So I'll be doing that today and tomorrow, and then Friday I need to cook, and I still need to do my tax and all this other stuff. Still trying to keep my bullshit at bay. Building my willpower is a big part of that, because I can control my thoughts and then I don't get all freaked out and shit, which is very important because it happens more often than I'd like it to. But yeah, I mean, I'm just looking back at, like I said last week, sleep. My sleep tonight was okay. I overslept. Um, Not sure why. It could be I'm taking the supplements again, so that might have something to do with it. But um, maybe because I had to pee. Can't really pinpoint. Could be because I'm working out too much. Today I tried to pull it back, but unfortunately that didn't happen. Um, so yeah, I think I just need to be aware of my energy levels and not to push it too hard, just because overall, um, my system tends to freak the fuck out when it gets pushed too hard. Um, so yeah, I mean that's why I'm not running right now. I kind of want to start running again, but considering I did legs today and considering that I didn't really pull back, um, it's probably not a good thing. But hopefully I can start running again either tomorrow or next week. But I think for the working out for the rest of the week, I need to kind of either cut the weights in half or just lower them somehow. Uh, but yeah, so that's that. Like I said, just getting back to work, and I'm realizing that consistency is really the biggest thing. whether it's programming, this, that, or the other. For me, I just need to do it every day. It's the quantity that's important, and it's the quality that's important. But it's just making it a daily part that's really important. And I'm sure I'll have spurts where I get really into something and I really work hard on that. And those are good. Those are important because you get to just kind of flow with the juices. But that doesn't last forever, and it always comes back. So and that's the idea of the habits that I do is to stabilize things because I'll have moments where I have a lot of energy and a lot of inspiration and I'll work on and work on and work on it, and then there are moments where I have no inspiration and whatever, and I don't want to do anything, and I have to understand that and work with it. And I think these habits are the best thing because and it's happened before where I just for one reason or another things just fall apart, and and in order to get back into things, I need to do these habits that I have. And I'm sure it'll be the same thing for when I have the spurts of energy. So it's not being naive and it's not being like industrial, forceful with it, but it's understanding and being prepared for it. So that's what I'm doing now, and it seems to be working pretty well. And then let's go from there. All right, good luck.